Welcome to the US Fireplace Store podcast. I'm Kiernan.
And I'm River. Just the other day I was trying to enjoy a coffee out on the patio, and even with a blanket, there was still that little bit of chill in the air. Kind of killed the mood.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean.
It got me thinking how nice it would be to have a little extra warmth out there, but without, dragging out the big propane heater every time.
Totally relate. I love being outside in the evenings, especially when they get longer, but still cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, extending that comfy outdoor season is always tempting. It feels like we pack up the patio furniture way too early.
Folks are curious, Can they get that cozy fireplace feeling they love inside, but like for their patio or backyard? With an electric one.
Mm-hmm. So our mission today, for you listening, is basically to sort this out. Can an electric fireplace work for your outdoor space? And if so, how do you do it right? Because, we usually see electric fireplaces inside, in the living room or den. Putting them out where it might rain or get cold definitely makes you pause and think.
It does. So today we're going to tackle that question head on.
We'll look at what's possible, the benefits, safety stuff too.
Right. We've got some good info lined up. We'll talk about what makes an outdoor model different and what you need to look for if you're considering one for your patio or backyard.
Okay, sounds good. Let's maybe start with the basics. For anyone maybe not totally familiar, what exactly is an electric fireplace?
Sure. So an electric fireplace is basically a modern appliance. It simulates the look and often the warmth of a traditional fireplace.
Without the wood or gas, right?
Exactly. No combustion. It gives you that really realistic flame look.
They do look amazing these days. So how does that work? The flame effect, if there's no real fire.
It's pretty clever, actually. It usually uses LED lighting, often combined with mirrors.
LEDs and mirrors.
Yeah. The light reflects and refracts to mimic flickering flames. It's quite energy efficient for the visual part. Many also have a heater built in for actual warmth, but the flame effect itself doesn't need real fire.
Got it. Efficient and looks good. Okay, so back to the main event.
Can you use an electric fireplace outside?
And the short answer is yes, but. And that but is pretty significant.
It really is. You absolutely can't just take the one from your living room and plug it in on the patio. That's a recipe for disaster, frankly. Mixing electricity and potential moisture, not good.
You must use an electric fireplace that is specifically outdoor rated.
That's the magic word. Outdoor rated. These are built differently from the ground up compared to indoor models.
So what does that actually mean, outdoor rated?
It really comes down to weatherproofing. These units are designed to handle moisture, rain, snow, even just high humidity in the summer. They've got seals, special materials, components designed to resist water getting in.
Your standard indoor unit just doesn't have that protection. It's not built for it.
Nope. And it's not just water. Outdoor rated fireplaces are also built to withstand temperature fluctuations better. Freezing winters, really hot summer days. The internal components are more robust to handle that without degrading.
Makes sense. So they're built tougher.
Essentially, yes. But even then, it's really important they still need to be installed in a covered area for protection.
Covered. Okay, so not just out on an open patio getting rained on directly.
Exactly. They're weather resistant, not completely weatherproof like a rock. Direct, heavy rain constantly hitting it isn't ideal. Plus, think about the heat. Electric fireplaces provide heat, yes, some up to, say, 5,000 BTUs, which can warm a decent area, maybe 400 square feet or so. But in a completely open space, that heat can dissipate pretty quickly.
Right, the wind just carries it away.
Exactly. So they're generally more effective for adding warmth to those semi-enclosed or covered spots. If you need serious heating power for a large open area, you might need to look at like propane or natural gas patio heaters. They often have a higher BTU output.
Gotcha. So let's talk more about what makes these outdoor models suitable, those key features.
Right. So number one is that weather resistance we talked about. It's not just about keeping water out, but the materials themselves, the casing, the components they need to be durable enough for those temperature swings, hot and cold. They shouldn't crack or warp easily.
Makes sense. Built tough for the outdoors. What else?
Electrical safety. This is huge. You're running electricity outside, potentially near wet areas, so everything has to be buttoned up tight.
What does that involve specifically?
You need secure, weatherproof electrical connections. That means using outdoor-rated power cords, not just any extension cord. And crucially, the outlet you plug into must be a ground fault circuit interrupter outlet, a GFCI.
Ah, yes, the GFCIs. Those are the outlets that trip instantly if they detect any imbalance in the current, right? Like if water gets involved.
Exactly. They're a critical safety feature for any outdoor electrical setup. Non-negotiable, really. It dramatically reduces the risk of electric shock. And you also want to be smart about where you install it, even undercover. Try to keep it away from areas where water might pool or splash heavily.
Good point. Which brings us to, why would someone choose an outdoor electric fireplace? What are the main benefits?
Well, the heating is definitely a big one for many people. It's a stylish way to add supplemental heat, make your patio comfortable on cooler nights, extending that outdoor living season. Like we said, maybe heating up to 400 square feet effectively.
And it's not just functional heat, is it? It's also about the look.
Oh, absolutely. The visual appeal is huge. Modern electric fireplaces have incredibly realistic flame effects. The logs, the embers, even sparks sometimes. You get that cozy fireplace vibe without any of the mess or hassle of real wood.
No smoke, no ashes, no worrying about stray sparks setting something alight.
Exactly. Plus, there's even a potential bump in home value. We saw a note from the National Association of Realtors suggesting a fireplace feature could add, well, potentially up to $12,000 to a property's value. So it could be a worthwhile investment.
Interesting. And beyond the dollars, there's just that fireplace effect, right? It creates such a welcoming atmosphere.
Totally. It just makes outdoor gatherings feel more special, more comfortable. It adds charm year-round.
And that's another key benefit, year-round use.
Right, because most models let you run the flame effect without turning on the heater. So even on a warm summer night, you can still enjoy that beautiful, flickering ambiance without adding extra heat.
That's a nice feature. Now, if someone's convinced, how do they pick the right style and size? There must be tons of options.
Oh, for sure. Style really depends on your existing outdoor setup and your personal taste. If you've got a very modern patio, you'll probably lean towards something sleek.
Like stainless steel clean lines.
Exactly. Minimalist designs, maybe glass fronts, metallic finishes. Some even have customizable LED colors for the flames.
Cool. What about a more traditional backyard log cabin vibe?
Then you'd look for rustic styles, finishes that mimic wood or stone. They can blend in really nicely and add to that cozy, natural feel.
Okay. And if you don't want it to be a huge statement piece.
There are minimalist options too, understated designs that just provide that warmth and charm without dominating the whole space. So yeah, there's a style for pretty much every taste.
And size. Does bigger always mean better heat?
Generally, a larger unit might have a more powerful heater, yes. But size should really match the space. For a big, sprawling deck, a larger fireplace can be a great focal point.
Makes sense.
But for a smaller balcony or a little seating nook, a huge fireplace would just feel out of place. A compact wall mount or even a smaller freestanding unit would be better there. Provides the ambiance without overwhelming things.
And you have to think about where it fits in the layout. Right?
Yeah, think about your seating. Where will people be looking? You want to position it so it can be enjoyed. Make sure it complements the furniture arrangement and doesn't block walkways or nice views.
Good practical tips. Any other features people might want? Like bells and whistles.
Well, adjustable flame colors and brightness are popular. It lets you customize the look. Remote controls are super convenient. And timers are handy too. You can set it to turn off automatically, save energy, or just have it run for a specific period during a party, for example.
Okay, great. Now, before we finish up, we absolutely have to cover safety and maintenance in a bit more detail. Super important for anything electrical outdoors.
Couldn't agree more. Job number 1. Always choose a product that's been tested and certified by a recognized safety agency like UL or ETL. That listing is important.
Absolutely.
Hire a pro. Seriously, if you have any doubts about the installation, especially the electrical connections, get a qualified electrician to do it. Better safe than sorry.
What are some key safety tips during installation and use?
Always follow the manufacturer's instructions to the letter. And your local building codes, too. That covers things like proper wiring, using the right materials around it, and maintaining required clearances from combustible materials.
And double-check everything is outdoor rated, right? Not just the fireplace itself.
Yes, the fireplace, the cord, the outlet, any junction boxes, everything needs to be rated for outdoor use. And using a good protective cover when it's not in use is a really simple but effective way to protect it.
What about the circuit?
It's usually best practice to have the outdoor fireplace on its own dedicated electrical circuit. This helps prevent tripping breakers or overloading your system, and again, make absolutely sure that outlet is GFCI protected. Test it regularly.
And supervision.
Yeah, always keep an eye on children and pets when the fireplace is operating. Even though the glass might stay cool, it's still an electrical appliance. Some people even add a decorative screen or barrier just for extra peace of mind.
Okay, so that's safety. What about keeping it running well? Maintenance.
It's generally pretty low maintenance compared to other fireplaces, but not zero maintenance. You'll want to regularly clean off leaves, dust, spider webs, any debris that accumulates. Keeps it looking good and prevents blockages.
Especially around ventilation openings, I imagine.
Exactly. Keep those vents clear so the unit doesn't overheat. You should also periodically inspect the power cord and plug for any signs of damage, fraying, or wear. A high-quality, weather-resistant cover really helps protect the unit when you're not using it, especially during harsh weather or off-seasons. And maybe consider an annual checkup by a technician just to make sure everything's still in good working order.
What if something does go wrong? Say, an electrical issue.
First thing, shut off the power at the breaker immediately. Then do a visual check for obvious damage to the cord or plug. If the problem seems internal, don't try to fix it yourself unless you're qualified. Call an electrician. And test that GFCI outlet again.
And if there's storm damage.
After a bad storm, check the unit carefully for physical damage. If it got wet, let it dry out completely and clean any debris off accessible parts. Then test its function carefully. If it's acting weird or looks significantly damaged, get a professional inspection before using it again.
Good advice. So, just to wrap it all up, can you use an electric fireplace outside?
Yes, you definitely can. If, and this is the big if, it's specifically designed and rated for outdoor use. They're built to handle the weather.
But installing them in a covered area is still the best bet for longevity and protection. And making sure all your electrical connections are weatherproof and GFCI protected is absolutely critical.
Exactly. When you do it right, they can be a fantastic addition to your outdoor space. You get that great ambiance, maybe some useful heat, and you can really transform a patio or deck into a year-round retreat.
It's about balancing that look and feel with comfort and always prioritizing safety.
Definitely.
So, the key takeaway for everyone listening: get the right outdoor rated unit, install it properly, ideally undercover.
Yeah.
Make sure the electrics are safe, follow the instructions.
Do all that.
And you can safely enjoy that fireplace ambiance and warmth in your outdoor space. And one more time, always a good idea to have a professional handle the installation itself.
Couldn't agree more. If you want to explore the options and learn more,
Where should people go?
you should definitely visit our website, usfireplacestore.com. We've got a huge selection of outdoor-rated electric fireplaces, or just give our team a call.
That's usfireplacestore.com and the number.
It's 888-992-1556. Our team is happy to help you figure out the best fit.
Perfect. That's usfireplacestore.com and the number is 888-992-1556.
And that's it for this episode of the US Fireplace Store podcast. Thanks for listening.